So this one time I was on a date and we had tacos for dinner, and then I had to go to the bathroom and I was in there for a long time, and when I got out she was gone. Why were you in there for so long?
Welcome to Fail Time. Today, BU will be reading your bizarre first dates. Joining us will be Matthias, Joey, CJ, Woods, Samantha, and Mitch. For a future Reading Your Fails video, comment down below a weird sibling stories. Make sure you hashtag it FTWeirdSiblings.
I went on a first date with a guy I met through a dating site. Had kids, traditional dating wouldn't cut it. We went out for coffee. Things were going okay, not great. When he starts talking about how the history we grew up learning was not real history. Oh, that's a little awkward. But how our growth as a species came from aliens. Okay, yeah, no, that went south. He then pulls out papers and books to prove to me, then talked about how the aliens changed history to read differently because they don't want us to know about them. He started whispering at this point, now I'm fine for believing in aliens and such, but this was really weird, especially because I'm a history major. I literally was waiting for him to pull out his tinfoil hat. Like 100%, like that's so awkward. I mean, especially being a history major, so you're all about history, you're loving it, you're enjoying it, and then you show up to this guy that's saying you're lying.
My first date with my boyfriend at the time was at a mall. The minute I walked in and saw him, he hugged me tight for about a minute and did not let go. I felt very uncomfortable. Thank goodness I'm no longer with him anymore. Next time I date, I hope it won't be too bad, but no promises. I really want to know how old they were because I feel like it depends on your age, because sometimes kids can do some weird things. They think weird things are normal, and they're not normal.
No.
Be weird.
First date was on Skype. He was cuddling a stuffed bunny. I just cringed. And his dog was running around having fun. I thought it was adorable. We ended up texting all night and eventually figured out how much we liked each other. Now getting married this year, not really that crazy or weird, but not a normal not a normal first date. I don't know, but the stuffed bunny thing.
No one else has found that weird so far. But
I'm
that's
the
like
only one.
that's the weirdest part.
Just
I
imagine
don't
your
get
first
it.
date, just giant bunny, just like, hey, wish this was you. What's up?
I went to the movies with my date, and throughout the movie, he was trying to make me kiss him. That's a lot of people do that, they try to do that during the movies. And I'm like, I just want to watch the movie. Oh, I was so into the movie, and he kept making kissy noises in my ear. It was strange. Yeah, see, that's the one thing I have about movies for first dates.
Yeah.
It's like, because if you're gonna pay to watch a movie, you want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
And if you're really interested in the movie, it's like, oh, okay, I want to watch this. I don't want to deal with whatever you're trying to do right now. I'm into this movie.
My friends were dating for a while, but they'd never been on a date. They went to the movies, but they invited a friend and ended up making the friend sit in between them. It was quite awkward for the third person. That would be so weird. Okay, there's a difference between the third wheel and being the middle wheel. All of a sudden you're in the middle between them both. That would be awkward. That is awkward. I'll give him that.
I know someone who had a date on bowling, but he did not know she was one of the world's best female bowlers, so he lost. That happens. Can't be good at everything. I think that's just a guy's mentality, though. It's the alpha male mentality.
Right. You gotta impress.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
get it.
impress, be the best bowler. But if you're launching it from lane 1 to lane 3, clearly you're not good.
My boyfriend farted on my leg on our first date. We weren't even officially dating yet, but now we're dating and I'm fine with it, and he farts on me constantly. The first one just took a little warming up.
Went on a date, picnic in a graveyard at midnight. It started raining. Picnic at a grave? Who are you? And there were dead people. Enough said. Coming back from the dead? Zombies? Night of the Living Dead type stuff? Whew. You are some morbid people. I want to meet you.
So the guy I was going on a date with called me at 12:30 in the morning. So I was in bed, starting to fall asleep. He then asked me to go on a date with him at 7 p.m. that day. So 17-hour notice. He picked me up and took me to Walmart. He planned a scavenger hunt at Walmart for our first date. We were up against another couple and it was fun until he had an allergic reaction. Then we had to take him to the hospital. We weren't together, but we are friends. It sounds like I'm gonna take that idea.
My friend went to this new fancy restaurant and he ordered lots of drinks for his date. And she didn't like any, so she ordered what she liked and kept ordering them. And then his date, what? I cannot read these run-on sentences. I'm horrible. I'm so used to typing grammatically correct, so these are throwing me off. So he ordered what she liked and kept ordering them. Then his date went to the toilet and didn't come back out. He still hasn't seen or heard from her since. That's what. Can you imagine being on a date and the other person goes to the restroom and never comes back? That would be like, how long do you wait, right? Like, because sometimes when they go to the bathroom, you're like, all right, maybe they had to poop, right? They had to poop, so they're gonna be a while. You give them what, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If it's been like 30 minutes, you're like, all right.
That's a long time.
And then what do? Do you have somebody go like knock on the door and see if she's okay?
Okay, so when you're typing, you don't use lingo that you use in person. You don't need to be like, yeah, so I'm just like thinking about what I'm gonna say before I say it. It was at a camp and that's what I'm saying. Let's just say that there was a bench called the friendship bench and we got some time after dinner to do whatever we wanted to. So my boyfriend, who is now my ex, just to clarify for anyone at High Five Studios who thinks we're still together, he's my ex, wanted to meet me at the bench. So we both sat down and said nothing the entire time. Yeah. And if you're gonna send us something exciting.
We went to Barnes & Noble's and he accidentally farted right as an employee bent down picking up something. We're standing in the same aisle as the employee. But like what happened though was like, you can't just leave me hanging. I want to know, what did the employee say? And that's on the first date. Like I'm assuming the person's comfortable enough for them to fart to just like throw all cards on the table like
Was
that.
it intentional?
Exactly.
Or
It could have been a slip, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I went to Olive Garden and I had to go throw up in the middle of lunch. And it turns out the next day I had appendicitis. This was only 1 month ago. We don't talk anymore. Wait, why is that your fault for having appendicitis? Was he just like, oh, appendicitis? Can't do this again. Like, I'm sorry, Jake.
I was on my first date with my BF, and we were at a Mexican restaurant with both our best friends. We're all pretty close, so if it's your B-day, the workers will sing to you and shove whipped cream in your face. That's nice. So I thought it'd be funny to say that it was my boyfriend's best friend B-day, because sometimes he's not really social on his phone, so on. Just to get him involved, so my best friend told our waiter that it was his B-day. But then my boyfriend told the waiter behind my back that he was paying for my ticket, but apparently the waiter got them mixed up. So all of a sudden we were just visiting and here comes whipped cream in my face and people saying to me, I about jumped out of my pants. It scared me so bad. Dang, that is a heck of a jump.
Right?
Come out of your pants? I don't know, it's possible. Kind of deserved it though. You're trying to get whipped cream on another person's face. To be honest, that's karma.
So I was sitting in my living room with my girlfriend and we were eating and I chalked, which is choked, a little bit, and that was kind of embarrassing. So that was my first date experience. I wouldn't be embarrassed. Honestly, I don't get embarrassed. If you laugh things off well enough and confidently enough, you don't get embarrassed. I want to think of some like embarrassing date things that have happened to me, but I've never been embarrassed. So
Doesn't faze you.
So this one time I was on a date and we had tacos for dinner and then I had to go to the bathroom and I was in there for a long time and when I got out she was gone. Why were you in there for so long? Were they bad tacos? You gonna elaborate? Did you just have like some of the Hershey squirts? You know, it's okay.
My first date was when I took my boyfriend to the movies. We were about an hour into the movie until some kid yelled. Then his parent told him to shut his pie hole or Frankenstein would get him into sleep. My boyfriend and I started laughing, but it wasn't loud enough for anyone to hear. That's funny. That's not something that happened with you guys. It's something that happened down there. I've had that kind of situation happen before. That's funny.
My first date was in preschool. We were choosing partners and I thought it meant marriage. So my first date was making a picture out of macaroni with my boyfriend. That was my first date. Kind of like, it was with Meg actually.
Oh,
No, it wasn't.
cute.
I don't know if a date in kindergarten counts, but anyway, I'm going to tell the story. It doesn't, if you're wondering. I went over to the house of the boy who apparently had a crush on me, and okay, I gotta start over. I keep thinking like when he said kindergarten, I'm picturing like these little kids, and it's just messed up, man. I went over to the house of the boy who apparently had a crush on me then, and I didn't know that. He went to go play piano, and he had his mother's wedding ring in his hand and proposed to me because he said he saw it in a movie. I said yes because I didn't want to say no, and then we had a mini wedding. It counts in the state of California. I then had to go home after the celebration because it was almost past curfew, which is what, like 3 o'clock when you're in kindergarten. Then the next day to school, I wore the ring, and then he comes up to me with a ring pop because he had to give the real ring back to his mother, who was upset because she thought she'd lost it. That is so funny.
Fun fact, ask Nicole about her kindergarten proposal.
Oh wow, Nicole has a kindergarten proposal. How about everyone in the comments? Ask Nicole about her kindergarten proposal.
Okay, so me and my girlfriend went to go see the new Jumanji for our first date. The thing that happened is that neither one of us talked. We both ran to our cars like we didn't enjoy it and wanted to go get the hell out of here. We talked about it later and we both said we liked it, but we're uncomfortable. Well, I mean, but why are you guys both uncomfortable? Here, talk to me. Dr. Paul here. I'm just here to help you.
Went on a date to the beach. I was 15 and we were playing around and I accidentally flip him over my back and he lands on his back. Never heard from him again after that. He was a wuss. Any woman that can flip me over on my back deserves a second date.
Mine was the craziest. Are you ready for this? I've never been on one. So crazy. It's really sad.
My friend had a date and tried to propose to her by putting a ring in her drink when she drank it and choked. P.S. She's alive. Okay, wait, also, was this the first date? Was someone trying to propose? But yeah, also, I always think, when I see like people propose in movies or in real, by putting like the ring in her drink, obviously you would hope, like, especially if it's like a nice glass of white wine or something, you would hope they would see it. But honestly, I don't remember, like, I don't look at my tea before I'm like sipping it. And when they put the rings in food,
And then it's gross. You have to clean it before you put it on.
why?
I just want to put that on.
Just keep it in a box, man. Just get down on one knee, pop open the box. She'll
Simple.
still get the same point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad they also let us know she was alive.
One of my friends thought that they went to watch a movie and she thought it was going to be an animated movie, but they actually went to see 50 Shades of Grey. And let me just say that they were 14 and she was scared and she didn't meet him after that. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? How did she get in the movie
That's
theater?
what I asked.
How did you get in the movie?
14.
Yeah, an animated movie. Were your parents there? Maybe that's why she was scared.